Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on the topic of understanding circular economy through environmental education quality assurance. It's a great pleasure to have you here, all educators and professionals. And you're ready to explore how we can make environmental education more impactful and connected to the topic of circular economy. We'll be sharing practical tools today. Well, my name is Kedi Matisen, and I am from Tartu Nature House from Estonia. And I'm the project lead and a co-host of this event today. It's very nice to see you here. Probably more participants will join during the webinar. During this webinar, we will share some practical tools, some ideas, and share our experiences from this joint project that we have. And we will learn together to find new ways to talk about circular economy and to educate people about. So some of you might still enter some words. We wanted to start the webinar with a question of what do you think is the biggest barrier to high quality environmental education, in your opinion? And we see here that a lot of you have answered lack of something, because the word lack is the biggest in the word cloud. Thank you for entering your words. And we see here that continuity, competences, teachers, some topics, audiences also, knowledge, time, and something is hard, or misconceptions. I think these are all very good. And you see that people are adding more because we will have more participants throughout the webinar. So sometimes we will continue and repeat how to use the tools. So to start with this question, it's very good to see that we have found the same similar barriers. And I would like to now continue with the next slide. So, like previous, I told that I am Kedi Matisen, and I work in Tartu Environmental Education Center in Estonia. And today we will be sharing some of the knowledge that we gained through one of the Erasmus Plus projects that we did jointly together with our Finnish partners. This was a one-year project. As you see here in the slide, it's the duration only this year, and it will end with this webinar, and we will collect some ideas also from this webinar. So this is very important for us. So to be active during the webinar, don't be shy to write in chat or raise your hand if you have any questions during it. So we, together with Finnish partners, we wrote this project called Together Towards Improved Quality of Environmental Education, because we also found that tackling these challenges that you wrote in the word cloud is very needed both of our organizations. All right. So to give you a really quick overview of what was the project about, so we will start sharing more of the practical tools that we found and created within. But the idea was to foster collaboration between our organizations and to see what's already here in Finland and in Estonia on national level, what can support our organizations of giving non-formal environmental education. So also very important for us, both organizations found necessary to promote climate action. That's why we came up also that circular economy is a topic that needs to be addressed, and something that we really wanted to support for the school curriculum. So the teachers will be able to make more lessons with our help, and of course enhancing our own professional competencies, because both of our organizations in Finland and in Estonia, we have environmental educators, so-called program facilitators or lesson facilitators. We go either to a classroom or a school, or the school comes to us. In Estonian case, a lot of schools come to our center, but in Finnish case, a lot of schools are invited them to go to schools, so they have a big area to cover. So it's a little bit different approaches of programs as well. Here, like I told, it was a project between two partners, but we had associated partners as well. The main partner from Estonian is Tartu Nature House, and the main partner from Finland was Helsinki Metropolitan Area Reuse Center's environmental school Polku. As you see from the backgrounds, I represent Tartu Nature House, and some who has different background is in Polku. They are from Finland. But both of Estonia and Finnish side, we had associated partners that were really important because they are responsible of the national quality assurance systems. In Estonian case, it's Estonian Environmental Education Association. And in Finnish case, it is the Finnish Association of Nature and Environmental Schools, so-called Lykke. So together, we came up this project idea. But because there's two main partners, we would like to have a short overview or introduction about our centers as well, because this webinar is also very important to find new collaboration partners. So if you are here today, if you find the work that we do interested, you are more than welcome to contact us later to find a new project ideas or to find out more what we did during this project. We do only have 2 hours today, so it will end, the webinar will end at 1 o'clock, but we will be more than welcome to chat later on through mails and so on. But I talked a little bit about Tartu Nature House, and you are welcome to visit us online. There's a link, and you will also receive the presentation after this webinar. You can find a virtual tour actually about Nature House, and you can walk around Nature House and investigate. In Nature House, we actually have three main parts. It's Nature School. We have almost 500 to 600 students every year. And we have many hobby classes from ornithology to animals, friends to geology and so on. Then we have a training center, and this is meant for schools and kindergartens to order some of the programs to fulfill school curriculum, national curriculum. Also, training center provides training for teachers and some kind of trainings for the public on different areas. For example, waste management or sorting of waste, and for example, composting. We have visitor center as well, which means that the house itself is open for people to come in to see what's happening here. And we have an info center down stairs that will provide some of the activities for just visitors as well. You're all welcome to visit Tartu Nature House, and then you will learn about what we do here. This is meant for families, communities, and tourists. So the community part is very important for us. We do quite a lot of events, quite a lot of family days to interact with the parents of our hobby school students, but also just to raise awareness about different environmental topics. So the topics that we can relate maybe with the new collaboration partner, and also what was important when we started this project, you can see here. So we are really committed to sustainability. We follow environmental policies that we have. We are part of a green office system as well. We have this certificate. And it's very important for us to preserve biodiversity. We give some information about waste management and so on. Also, we try to be as a good example of all of these topics. When people come to the Nature House, they will see, for instance, how rainwater could be collected and how it could be used in the toilets, for example, for water conservation. So we have some of the samples here that people can come and investigate and try to see if that fits to their center as well. The next slide will show a bit that we are part of big global communities as well. First of them is EcoSchools community. We have a lot of Estonian schools joined. The second big one is UNESCO Associated Schools Network, and we are coordinating the Estonian activities in both of those networks. Tartu Nature House is also a founding member of Estonian STEM Education Union and the member of Estonian Association of Hobby Schools. But I tried to make it quite shortly. If you're interested in more of the about our center, I will be glad to provide you another slideshow later after this webinar. Just let me know by writing to my email. I will provide my email at the end of this webinar. But if you do have any questions, then later on. But now I will give the control to Leena Nukari.
Thank you very much, Kedi. Yes, so my name is Leena Nukari, and I am the head of the environmental school Polku. And well, in this project, it has been a real pleasure to get to know also the Tartu Nature School. And it's actually fun how we have a lot of similarities in our work, but also very different approaches. And it has also been very interesting to see how also different countries have a little bit different realities in the whole environmental education system. So this has been a very nice opportunity to learn from each other. But I will also tell you a little bit about our environmental school. There you also see the address of our web pages. So you can find more information from there, and you can also contact me the same way if you happen to have more questions. So also my contacts will be shared in the end of this webinar. So actually our environmental school is part of a bigger company that is the Helsinki Metropolitan Area Reuse Center. In Finnish, we are called or people know us from the name Kierrätyskeskus. And the whole company works to enable sustainable lifestyles, and we try to save natural resources. And actually, how we do it is that we sell reused items like anything people might have. They donate it to us, and we have at the moment 14 different reuse stores and one online store also where we sell these items. And the company has also different workshops where we upcycle things and repair, for example, bicycles and electronics. But this environmental school work is a part of the company, and the point is, of course, to improve the knowledge about these sustainable lifestyle issues. And our environmental school is also part or a member of the Finnish Association of Nature and Environmental Schools. So this way we are participating also to the bigger network of the environmental schools and nature schools in the whole Finland. And well, Johanna will tell you a little bit more about Lyke later on. Yes, so what our school does, every year we have about 2,000 lessons for the school kids and for the daycare kids. Yeah, it might be also adults, very different kind of groups. Often the lessons are held in the school, so we don't have in the same way our own locations where or a nice nature house as the Tartu Nature House has, but we go to the where our clients are, I'd say. And besides these lessons, we also produce teaching materials and trainings for teachers and educators. So it's often different kind of projects, and we are also interested in possible new project if somebody has something nice to propose us. And well, our way of work is such that like our school doesn't really have our own funding in such, but we work with different kind of cooperation partners. So, for example, this Helsinki Region Environmental Services is one of our long-time partners with who we have been doing these school and daycare visits already very long. So they are actually the ones who well, they fund most of our school visits at the moment. Yes, and then still some more key figures. So at the moment we have about 30 lesson plans that are in use. So the themes, they vary from sustainable lifestyle, circular economy, sustainable use of water, and well, this comes also in a big part from our cooperation partners. And especially after the Corona times, more and more of our lessons have been held outside. We might meet the classes in the schoolyards or in the park beside the schools. So this way we also like promote the idea that you can go have the teaching also outside. And every year we meet about 30,000 learners. So anyways, quite big numbers. And besides the visits that we go to the schools, even though we don't really have like classrooms in our stores, also for example we use our company's example in the environmental education, so that groups can also visit our stores. And yes, like I already said, we have already 14 different stores all around the Helsinki capital area. So there is a lot of options to get to know our work. But maybe this was some information about our work in a nutshell. And if you want to learn more, you are free to contact me also.
Like something that comes first to your mind, or yes, now something appears. So nature, experiences, organization, the government, the guidelines, enthusiasm, competence, educators, nature experiences. Yes, very good. And even more hands-on experience and guidelines. Did I mention already? Okay. And more words coming, but there are they seem to be very, they are same size here. Competence now is like appearing bigger. So very good. Possibilities are here also mentioned. And yeah, even more, but the competence is still there, like the bigger one. Yeah, okay. Very good. And if you still are posting something, go ahead. We can still keep this a little while. So guidelines, exercises are there. A budget also mentioned. And student, very good. Okay, thank you. So this is the approach in our project. So we have identified in our organizations here that there are two different approaches. And you will hear more about these today. But first, I can also introduce myself. My name is Anu Kaila, and I work in Environmental School Polku as an environmental education specialist. And I have also been a part of this project. But in this figure, we show you the similarities and also the differences in our organizations. The Finnish system, there is an organization level, program level, and facilitator level. And it all starts from the organization and going from the programs to the facilitators. The main focus is on organizations. And on the other hand, here in Estonia, the program level is the main level. And then also facilitators, the level there is quite significant. And then the organization level is like a little bit smaller. And I think it would be a good time now to start with the Finnish system and the organization level there. But to hear more about the Finnish system, I would like to welcome Johanna Sunikka from Lyke to tell you more about the system here in Finland and the system that the Finnish Association for Nature and Environmental Schools is hosting.
Sustainability, environmental value, keeping the quality, so quite many quality, better something, that's good. Trust, that's I think one important point of view. Give something, that's also credibility, yes. Okay, that's, well, there's still some coming, but most answered or most said word is quality. So I think that's pretty much what is it about, or at least in our perspective. Shared values. That's good too. Yes. I think we can go ahead.
So here the organization level. So Johanna can tell you more about this one here in Finland side, and maybe after that, Kedi can comment on the Estonian part.
So my name is Johanna Sunikka, and I'm working as an executive manager in this Finnish Association for Nature and Environmental Schools, Lyke, in Finland. We started in 2007, and we are a nationwide organization, NGO, that are host, and our aim is to promote the strong nature connectedness of children and young people, and the ecologically sustainable way of life and future. How we are doing this? We have sort of three main models or products that we are doing. We are the national coordinator of Nature and Environmental Schools, and there are around 50 members nationwide in our network. And it means that all kinds of centers in Finland who does have environmental educational programs for children and young people, they are part of our network. But the main actions take place in these local centers, so we don't own the centers, or we don't. They are only a part of the network. So these these centers, they offer nature and environmental education activities for groups of children and young people, and quite many of them also have some training for teachers and educators. And we are also a national youth center organization, and we get general grant or funding from the Ministry of Education and Culture. But we also have different kinds of different other fundraising activities and programs, and we project, and we also very much like to get new partnerships and to get some new project ideas also. So please feel free to contact us if necessary. Outside this network, we also are one of the biggest products is this Mappa, which is open service for everyone interested in environmental educational materials and outdoor educational or learning materials. And it's a material bank and search engine and sharing platform for all teachers and educators to use, or anyone interested in this topics. And then we also organize this big environmental education and outdoor educational event, Ulos Ut Out, which takes part in every third year. So the next one will be in 2026. So please welcome to that also. There will be some program in English, and if we can have some kind of maybe global project or something to fund this English program, then we'll have more and more English program there too. So and we are more and more like to think that we are sort of the link between researchers and schools. So for the last years, we've had quite many projects on nature observation and the citizen science. And there will be a whole completely new section for those materials or the nature observation in Mappa, hopefully in the near future. Yeah, I think, and then I think for the main, like the most important thing for this project is that we also develop this quality of nature and environmental education activities through certification and audit system, which I'm going to tell you a little bit. So our network consists of 3 types of members. So there are this trial member who they don't meet all the criteria yet, but they can be on trial for 2 years. And then like the very basic level is these activity centers who also don't fit all the criteria, but they have some activities for these children and young group of young people and children. And then the like highest base of this criteria is this development center, like environmental school, Polku, are one of those. And they meet all the criteria in the system. And they also have some training for the teachers, and then they develop environmental educational programs and materials, have different kind of projects to develop environmental education in Finland. Yes, and this auditing system consists of 3 steps, which you can read there are the most important parts of the auditing system. It is self-evaluation, then self-evaluation that the center is giving, and they fill some forms beforehand, and then there is a peer review or the auditing in the center, and then this joint discussion with the peer center. So, and this auditing happens on the spot in the center, and it's also always joint discussion between 2 or 3 centers. So we are not doing this auditing from the association, but the centers are doing it. But I think, and the most important or the purpose of this audit is to support and diversify the work of the network centers, and of course to maintain the quality requirements. And in these joint discussions, these centers get or receive feedback on their activities, and then they can share good practices. One of the quite recent changes in this system is that nowadays we audit from the association office. We audit every new center that wants to join this network, because this certification is valid for 3 years, and then there's an auditing after every 2 years. So for the new members, it's easier that we audit them right away when they join this network, so they don't have to wait for 2 years. And then we also sort of there was this trust and task earlier. So I think we can maintain this trust and quality, so that we can make sure that these new centers, they fit these criteria. So before this audit, these centers, they do give introduction for these programs they have, and they make this self-evaluation. And then in this peer auditing events, there is these 2 and 3 centers who are observing each other's, and then they give feedback and have a joint discussion. And then there's also always some kind of self-development part of the auditing. Then they make good documentations, and then they send this documentation for us in the association. And then we also, after every audit session, we also give some feedback and for the centers. Yes, and that's pretty much it. I think from our perspective, I think the most important part is this joint discussion. And I think all the centers, even that one who is auditing the other, they always get some good ideas, and they always get some materials to develop in their own organizations. So it's good, this joint conversation. Yes.
Thank you very much. Before we'll go to takeaways, I just want to comment from Estonian side. So Johanna was telling you about the so-called first layer that we focused on. Today was quality assurance on the level of organizations. It was very interesting with during this project to go there to Finland and to see how they are doing the auditing. So within this project, our team went to Finland to kind of to the audit for them, kind of like we played it through. So we got all the auditing forms that they have. We have translated them in English, and we will provide those to you at the end of this webinar as well. So this might help you to maintain the quality of the organizational level as well. But from Estonian side, the environmental education quality system, the national level system, will be established on the basis of the environmental education and awareness action plan to 2023 to 2025. It's guidelines, and the construction of the whole system is led by the Estonian Environmental Education Association. Unfortunately, Ailis Saluvel, who was part of this project, couldn't be here today to explain this to you, but I will do my best with my colleagues to give you the overview later on too. And they collaborate with the Ministry of Climate and the Ministry of Education and Research. And in Estonia, it is funded or supported by the Environmental Investment Center. So the Environmental Investment Center is a unit that actually provides fundings to organizations, so far also for schools to apply for programs. So they could go with school classes to different centers to help them to reach the things in curriculum. But the Estonian whole quality assurance systems is also consisting of 3 parts. We started from the education centers part, like the organization level, and this is still needed to develop in Estonia. So we haven't developed it yet, and it's in process. That's why it was so important and so good to learn from Finnish, because they already have the auditing system. They already do the peer reviews, and it was so good to learn from them. We will talk more about the other 3 parts and 3 layers from Estonia in the next rounds as well. But from Estonian side, this layer organization is yet to develop. And this is why this project was very, very necessary. Thank you.
Yes, so hello everybody. My name is Minttu Pananen and I come from Environmental School Polku. I was asked to give a little comment here about the organization layer as well. So yes, as Gedi and Johanna told already earlier, so we have visited each other in this project, and the Estonians came to Finland, and they especially looked to our system, the organization level and the peer review. And here are some of the takeaways that we mutually together we found out that are really important lessons that we got out of this exercise. So maybe as first the understanding that there is a great need for quality assurance in environmental education. We do need common guidelines to establish clear and measurable and achievable criteria in environmental education. I think that especially it's important to have this open discussion about the quality criteria so that everybody knows that what is expected of the environmental education and how the criteria is met in practice. So I think this kind of open discussion is very welcome. And the common objective is, of course, to ensure that there is a good quality in the environment and education, and also that we are able to talk and share what is achieved through environmental education. And now that there are economical challenges, at least in Finland, with the financing of environmental education. So it's more and more important to be able to talk about the results that we can achieve through environmental education. The second point I would like to make is the peer reviews. Well, in general, peer reviews can be understood as processes where the accountability and the results are like the important things to find out. But also I would really like to emphasize here the learning part, because that's what we found out here, that the learning, the mutual learning between organization is the key here. So in these peer reviews that look at us, and we have also been part of the official peer review process. So both parties that are participating in the review, they have the opportunity to grow and improve through the experience. And then, of course, also when we share these results to the members of the Lycka network, so everybody there has the possibility to learn about the good and best practices, the lessons learned, but also about the mistakes and failures that maybe were done somewhere, in some part of the process. So really, I would like to emphasize that peer review should be seen as a learning process, and not like so much about like controlling or checking, like, did you do everything right? It's more like about this, how was the process and the experience, and what can we do better now in the future. Then, as Kedi also mentioned, I would like that Erasmus Plus project has been a great experience, and we recommend it for all the associations or organizations that have the possibility to participate in Erasmus Plus, because as we have noticed that the evaluation processes at the moment are quite different still in Finland and in Estonia, but that has really enabled like great learning, because and they are like those processes, they support each other because they are different, but like Estonia has covered some parts and Finland has covered other parts. So when we put all these parts together, then really we can have a really comprehensive system of quality assurance, and this has been really great. And the project has given us the opportunity to understand better different ways of thinking and different processes in these countries, and we have also had so much fun visiting each other. Really, it has been really great. So thank you already for that.
Thank you, Minttu. And I see that Johanna is wanting to say something, so go ahead.
Yes, there's a one point of view that I would like to add for this first part, is that also if we have some kind of qualification system for environmental education, or the environmental educational materials or programs, then it's more visible for teachers and educators that they know that what we are talking about when we are talking about the environmental education. So I think that is one good perspective for this evaluational system. So but there are certain qualities in environmental education. So
yes, thank you, Johanna. You are quite right. Next, we can move on to layer 2, which is the program layer. and you already heard some things about the Finnish system and the auditing of the programs as well. And so the next, I think the main emphasis will be on Estonian side, where we will hear about Cloudberry label, for example, and quality programs in Estonia. And then you will hear about the brand new circular economy programs that are developed during this project. And I have to say that they are great. We have seen these in Tartu Nature House, and I think they are great use for the educators. But go ahead, Anneli.
Thank you very much. And hello, I am Anneli from Tartu Nature House, and I will give a short overview about environmental education programs, descriptions, quality evaluation as part of the environmental education quality system in Estonia now. And it started 4 years ago, and actually in this process, program themselves are not evaluated as the pre-review was in Finland. We actually don't see the programs, but it focuses on the program descriptions in open internet environmental education portal. So high quality program in this system, the program description provides sufficient information about the program and whether it is suitable for delivering effective environmental education activities in interest to learners and also school teachers who decide to use non-formal education programs as part of learning process. The quality criteria of descriptions of these programs developed in cooperation with Estonian environmental education experts, and it including school teachers, program facilitators themselves, learning psychology experts, and other interested parties also. And it was quite a long process with several seminars and meetings and open discussions, but somehow they are now done, the criteria. And the system, the aim is to help program designers and facilitators themselves to design programs, to self-assess their programs, and also identify areas to improvement. The guide to make descriptions and also evaluation of description focuses on key elements of learning program which are important for the quality, such as objectives, content and methodology, learning environment, facilitators' background, and also the analysis of results of feedback. It also helps school teachers to choose programs and make decisions, what they really need and expect, what kind of information is helping them to decide, does a non-formal educational program support their work in school. And in Estonia, it also helps to get funding, find financial resources to participate with students in these non-formal programs because the activities are supported by Environmental Investment Center, also local municipalities and other sources. And more and more Environmental Investment Center prefer supporting programs with this quality label. So it gets more and more important in this way also. And the environmental education portal you see here in the slide also is the main information channel of Estonia for teachers to find out about the environmental education programs on offer. And the quality of the program description is also assessed or evaluated on the basis, in the same basis on the information published there in this portal. And it is important that the information used in the basis of this quality evaluation is exactly the same what the teachers sees. It seems it is like the promise to teachers that they will see and meet if they get this information. Actually, in this portal there are about 1,660 different environmental education programs in OFE now, and it's from about 188 different organizations with different backgrounds and size: nature schools, centers, museums, non-governmental organizations, farms, and so on. So it's quite a lot, a big amount, and this quality label maybe helps also to decide and to choose from these huge amount of different programs. So about the label, this quality label Cloudberry, or also we call it a well thought out program or well designed program, and it is awarded to description for a program that meets the quality criteria. And I will introduce the criteria a bit later. But the Cloudberry has been chosen as a symbol of the quality label, maybe because it is a very tasty but a bit unique berry, which is growing in Estonia also. This very quality berry indeed. And award of the label is organized by the Estonian Environmental Education Association. So as all the quality system is quite a lot dealing with. And it started in 2020, and this descriptions evaluation period is every year in autumn from September till November. It is actually going right now in Estonia. And the guide for and the criteria and also the labeled or quality labeled programs you can also find in this association webpage. So they are here. The awarding of the label is decided by a panel of external evaluators who analyze the descriptions on these criteria. And application for and use of a label is voluntary for environmental education providers, and it means actually that it is okay. You can offer programs without the label, but if you get it, the Cloudberry quality label, it gives you some benefits. For example, to use a label to promote the program. And also, if you don't get this label and your program does not meet the requirements, you can be submitted for evaluation after minimum 1 year. So next year again, and it's always possible to improve your program and also the descriptions. Maybe this fact that until August this year, 1,318 programs description have been evaluated, and 800 of them have got this quality Cloudberry label. So, and this label, if you get it, is valid for 5 years. And in this period, you may do some changes in programs up to maybe 30% to improve them. So, and of course, you can adjust the program every time depending from students and the teachers' special needs. The flexibility remains. But after 5 years, new evaluation for description is needed if you and to renew this quality label. So you have to check don't your information adequate and can do other things also.
Is it okay? I read a comment that you had a question actually. So the question from Katri Vilman is how well the label is known among schools and teachers in Estonia, and how long have you been used the label?
Okay, as I said, we use it for 4 years. We started in 2020, so now the first 5 period will be ending soon, and I think because this information is quite a lot in this environmental educational portal, then I think that teachers know it's quite well, but they of course can use also without this label. So it is not you can do your choice freely if you but it gives, this label gives some mark that you really have thought your things, what you do, depending that you really think how to connect it with curriculum. Is it a place indeed? And I will talk about this. I don't know, was it the answer? I hope that. Okay. But I think it is the description, quality criteria. I just briefly. Okay, it's good. The answer was given. Yeah, that the main things what in this evaluation are looking for take into account. These are at first the brief description and general information which provides information for all interested parties, both the teachers, participating students and the parents. So if it's well-designed program and its name and short description of the program gives you a clear overview of the subject, what will be done. The target group is described, school level, age, language in use, recommended group size. Also the duration of the program and suitable time of the program are indicated, and where the learning program will take place, outdoor or indoor, center, school, hiking, and also the specific characteristics if needed, maybe narrow stairs, marshy area, or something like that. And also the necessary equipment. Does students need to take something with them, rubbers, sandwiches, or something else? The objectives of a learning program are very, very important, and in good description, the learner-centered and clearly formulated learning outcomes to be achieved by the end of the program are listed. Knowledge, skills, and attitudes according to a target group also. It's very important that it is suitable for age group. The links with the national curriculum and are clearly indicated, and also the links with sustainable development. Development has been pointed out, and it's also more and more important that we see it also in this description as we talk about the environmental education programs. Also, the content and methodology of learning program, this forms the main part of a program of document, and the high quality description, we see that the chosen methodology is fit to purpose and to target group. Active learning methods are used, and materials and resources are appropriate to the methodology also. And also that it is sufficient quantities of the number of the students that everybody have some class if needed. The content of the program contains the development of environmental responsibility, values and behavior, and the content is science-based. And also that in good program will be in the end the summary, some kind of thing that you can see that all what you wanted to do and what students really got from this program. And also learning environment is very important, and we want to see in this description that the learning environment and the specificities support the program objectives, that it is necessary to use exactly this kind of environment. And we are looking for description that about the learning environment safety and also opportunities or lack of opportunities for students with special needs. Can they take part of it or not? Or as it's some things we have to talk beforehand. And the 5 part is facilitate and teach, and in good description is very good to find names and educational backgrounds, competency and experience of the persons who will implement the program. And also it's good to know expectation of the accompanying teacher before, during and after the program. And evaluation and feedback also is some sort of description, what good description of the program will indicate whether and how the center will cooperate with the school before program, and when and how feedback of the learning program will be sought out. So you can also take in account and improve your program. So that is about the criteria, and they are all in this internet and portal, and also maybe if interested, it is also translated. So maybe Katie can say, is it possible to get them in more specifically? And I am ending this good news that during this project, we in Tartu Nature House we designed 2 new programs, and we just not very long ago understood, or we get the information that they have got these like Cloudberry labels number 802 and 801, and we will see now about these programs a bit.
I will introduce the first program that was developed during this project, and I was like the head of the team. And this program is meant for 7th and 9th graders. It is like 3rd school level in Estonia. And the name of the program is Our Footwear Leaves a Footprint. Let's talk about the circular economy. So during this program, students explore the principles of circular economy through focusing on their own shoes, as these are everyday necessity in Estonian climate. And the inspiration came actually from the study visit to Finland, where we tested out the circular economy program about mobile phones. And we really loved the idea that to use something that students already have and they have to use in everyday life. So the students during this program look for different ways to use the resources more efficiently and how to reduce the waste both through personal choices as consumers, but also in different levels through footwear life cycle. For example, production, some design process, or also utilization. And this school program is science-based, and we renew the information accordingly. And it really supports the cross-subject integration, because we try to get the students to use the previous knowledges that they have obtained from these different subjects. In this picture, you can see some visuals that our program is based on. And this picture was actually taken in August during UNESCO Association School Network Conference where we asked the teachers to give us some input and feedback and tested out some program elements. And you can see that I have one visual 3 times in this table, because sometimes it is quite challenging to translate the scientific info in the terms that are used in curriculums. And in here you can see the testing of the first part of the program, where the students map out their own basic needs that humans need for good life. And we use the Maslow pyramid for that. And the students learn about the Maslow pyramid in 6th grade in human needs. And it really implements their previous knowledges in new context. And then we give them opportunity to compare the basic needs of the humans with the production of material goods. And we use the planetary boundaries infographic for that. And the students can see that our own needs are actually in competition with the production of foodware, because we are using also the fresh water, the land for everyday production of the materials and everyday items. And the students have learned actually about the biodiversity, the air pollution, the freshwater problems, previous classes. And in here you have the end result. It is a model of circular economy that students construct themselves. And in the end, in the center, you see some foodware that we also offer them to add in case study, to bring on the table monomaterial examples, for example, clothes that are made out of wood, but also foodware that is meant only for one-time use, like hotel slippers. And the students come up with their own proposals, how they can change the linear economy into more circular one through this case study about everyday foodware that we have. And this program we also can give in English, because it is very universal topic all over the globe. And you are always welcome to visit us, and we can also give you this program in English. And if you have any questions, then you are welcome to contact us. And this planetary boundaries visual that we have in here is also linked, because it is open resource, and you can also use it in your own everyday work. And now I will give the microphone to Liina, who will introduce the next program.
Hello, it is really nice to be here. I'm Liina Niinemägi from the Tartu Nature House, and I'm the study program facilitator. And sorry, it was too much. And the name is Could the Circular Economy Be the Solution? And it is for 10th to 12th grades. And as Anneli already said, it is linked with the school curriculum, and program is science-based. And it was really enjoyable to be in Finland and to learn from your knowledges, and then we came back, and in summertime we created our own program. And I think the collaboration is the key word in that program, because our students also collaborate a lot, and they discuss different topics, and I guess the collaboration gives the information. But in that program, there are 4 content topics. At first, the first one is mindfulness exercise. Then welcome to the planet Earth. Then planet Earth, the past, present, and future, and there is power in working together. And now I will give you a short overview about those content topics. At first, we go to outside, and then students can have opportunity to breathe a little bit and think about some kind of beautiful memories they have in nature. And so they discuss it by themselves. And as you see, here is the green layer or green laminated response disk. And they can put their answers there and then share them with other students. And after that, we are going inside. And it is a mini version of our program, but on the floor, there is a small globe. And around that, you can see big colored strings. The green one, as you see, is orbit of nature benefits. The red one is orbit of problems, and the blue one is orbit of solutions. And so they will have many tasks during the program that are related with those orbits. And you see the icons here. And those are the circular economy items that are also related with the program. And at first, they will get those graphics about word overshoot day. And they discuss what they think about the overshoot day. Here is, for example, Estonian overshoot day, and they try to discuss what has been the problems and why the graphic is like it is at the moment. And then we talk about the Goldilocks zone, and after that they put their ideas to those worksheets again. They use the red one, and then they share their results to other students. And then there is all groups will get about 8 to 10 pictures about different things. For example, problems, for example, values, and also solutions, but also some kind of natural processes in the nature. And so they try to discuss: is it problem, or is it solution, or is it value? And they and after that we give a short overview how through those pictures about the linear economy and to the circular economy. And so here you can see that there is power in working together. Our great group who saw the program, and here you can see small buckets, and then the small buckets are around the globe, and then people are standing next to the blue string, and it's a collaboration game with string system and a hook, where the whole class working together wishes a circular economy themed task bucket for each group. And so they will get their exercises. Here you can see So there is about 15 minutes to solve the problems, and then afterwards to share them with the group. And when they have done all those sharing things, then they will clean their worksheets. Those one, as we see here. And so it's quite symbolic. You just have to clean your own ecological footprint, and you and every student will get the information that he or she is the solution for the better planet. And thank you for your attention. And here you can see, sorry, I have one more slide. And then at the end of the program, student understands the concept of the Earth Overshoot Day, recognizes ecosystem services, formulates problems in everyday life, looks for solutions to environmental issues through creative and critical thinking, understands the connections between man and environment, and is more favor of sustainable lifestyle, and understands the essence of circular economy. And thank you for your attention.
Hey, thank you so much, Anneli and Aili, and everyone from the Tartu Nature House for presenting these programs. We were there in Estonia, and we saw these programs in practice with school groups, and I have to say that they were really great, and we got so inspired by the programs. They are very, very useful for the theme of circular economy, and very well designed as well. So if you have a chance to visit Tartu Nature House, please do go. It's a beautiful place. They have such nice materials and such talented facilitators and educators as well. But back to the evaluation and assessment thing. So what Anneli was talking about, the program level evaluation in Estonia. So this was like something new for us, because in Finland we have this system that we look at the organization level, but actually we don't look so much at individual programs. And so this program description evaluation was totally new for us, and it was very interesting. And we actually thought that this model and this template that they are using for evaluating the programs, it's also very useful when you're designing a new environmental education program, because it contains all the parts that you should take into account when you're designing your program. So if you follow this template, it forces you to think about widely different aspects of the programs and the things that you should take into account when you're making a new program. So we think that also in this regard, it was really, really nice. Well, one of the takeaways that we realized, both Estonia and Finland, we realized that it could be maybe a good idea to have a peer review of the program as well, so that it would be seen in practice and in real life, because now the evaluators are only seeing the program description in paper, but they do not go and see the program in real life, or only sometimes they have the opportunity, but this is not like the case of all the programs evaluated. So we thought that this would be maybe a good idea. Also, we got this another takeaway this program description can serve as a business card when it's published online. So it's a good publicity for the program as well, a short program description where you can order the programs. And also, as in Finland, we have these longer transcripts of the program. So the Estonians thought that, okay, this can be used as an instruction manual for the staff, and that's how we are in Finland actually using them, because we have a lot of educators and facilitators that have to learn the programs and then to use them at schools for children. Then about the certifications. We have been talking about like what is the value of the certification, and we were kind of like wondering, well, in Finland we don't get certification of programs, but the certification is at the organization level. But in both ways, in certified organizations or programs, we were kind of like thinking a little bit like maybe in the future, if there would be this added value for this certification or other kind of benefit for the program or the certifications when we are competing of the scarce resources in environmental education. But this is yet to be seen, but it's a possibility. Then the last takeaway from this program level was to put emphasis that these programs are always like these dynamic creatures. They are every time unique, like every day that you go with the program with a new group and new students and new teachers. So you are not going to know exactly what's going to happen. So here we would like to emphasize that the collaboration between the environmental educator or facilitator and the school, and especially the school teacher who is ordering the class. So that is really important. It's the key factor to make a successful day in the nature and with these programs. So thank you. Those were my comments here.
Thank you, Minttu. And then we can move on to the next slide and the final layer. And this is the facilitator level. And we will next hear about the competency model in Estonia and about GreenComp, the European Sustainability Competence Framework. But before that, we want to hear you because you have been listening here quite a while. So there is another question to you. Creativity. Yeah, very good. Flexibility. Yeah, I agree. Enthusiasm. Very good. There are, yeah, and more coming kindness. Oh, this is nice. Really good. And quite different, I would say. Knowledge on nature and environment. And competence also. Very good. Passion for nature. Yeah, I love that. Innovative. Also true. Eager to learn. Yes. And patience. Yeah, that's very good. And then are more coming. It's very good. Now it's like mixing the words a bit, but there's sense, maybe sense of something or then just sense. Very good. And more coming. This is very good. And I think we will find all of these in our next presentation. So maybe we can go ahead. And if you want to still post something, you can post that. I think we will get a picture of these at the end. But these are very good and very different. Yeah. Thanks a lot. But we can take the next speaker then.
Thank you, Anu. I am here again, and I am really glad, and it's nice to see the opinion of your characteristics and of competence environmental educator, and I recognized actually quite a lot of them because I participated in the development process of a competency model of Estonia facilitators, and I liked very much eager to learn world and other skills and others also. So we will see a bit about this competency model in Estonia facilitators, and it was created quite not long ago, and it's now available in English also, so it will be a quite short overview. And this translated in English and shared with these seminar guests also in public. So it will not take quite a lot of time, but yeah. So the aim of this competency model is briefly support the professional development of environmental educators. It's a short one, but it helps educators set personal development goals and identify the pathways how to achieve them. So to get better and better, we hope that it helps. And also, the aim is to increase, to improve the social status of environmental educators and instructors and facilitators, and highlight the complexity of the field and expectation of newcomers also, because there are quite a lot different paths we see in this good environmental educator, because sometimes it feels you have to be very powerful with 10 hands and magic powers. So it's important, but let's see which kind of result we got if we try to group these different characteristics. The prepared model reflects the key competencies environmental educators in 3 key domains. So, we got the 3 groups, and the first one, that facilitator creates a supportive learning environment. So the skills of organize and conduct educational program and create the conditions for students to learn, but actually the learning can take place in this program. Also, this educator is expert in the field of nature and sustainable development. That is this part that you actually know what you do in this nature part and this environmental field. And also it's important that educators self-directed and collaborative practicing the attitude and social emotional skills of the instructor as a competent professional to and all these 3 domain has 3 special competencies that specify the instructor's activities and other things. So shortly, we can see it by the color they are grouped, and we want that the educator is supportive learning and motivation. Learners' motivation is very, very important. That it's an important part. Also, it's good to know a lot about deep learning and the development of learning skills, how the learning is taking place actually in learner's head. And also create and maintain a safe environment, and it means that both physical and emotionally the environment of learning it's good if it's safe, and it is easier to learn when it's safe environment. Also, the expert of nature and integrate sustainable development principles. And in this part, the national curriculum is also taking the learning program is important to know what they are learning for school also about the teams. And also same by herself or himself, it's good if the environmental educator is bearer environmental values. So actually that take please behave as I act, not only as I say. It's big part. And also the flexible professional and self-development oriented learner, it means that you have to learn all the time because information is changing, and science is not a fixed thing, and your own things what you can do and how you do. It's always too good to learn more and more through all your life actually. And it's important also the social emotional skills to know as deal with your own emotions and also our children emotions. So it is very important to make also part of this safety for yourself and your students also. And the cooperation part is very important, that the educator want to do cooperation very different level with students, with colleagues, with networks, and so on. But as it is you will read it by yourself if you are interested. So I don't speak about it anymore. This is one part of this facilitator or this educators level thing we do in Estonia. On this basis, on the competency model, the web-based self-development tool has also been created to support this facilitator self-development and learning. And the prototype is done, it's quite and also tested, but it's not ready for publicly available and useful. We hope it get ready next year, and maybe some words about it also. This tool actually consists of real life stories about the different programs, and there's possible solutions and experts and also experts evaluation for this solutions and situations. So it's actually a tool to understand what I do and why I do this. And in the same time, it's self-analysis and self-development tool. So you can't just make some 2 points, 3 points, or answer some questions. You have really to take time to do this. And this use of this tool is already learning process. So we did it. This is done in such a way that you really have to learn by yourself, and it takes time. It's a bit hard always to learn something. And results are visible only to a self-analysis yourself or himself. And this is I think it's very important, and self-analysis tool measures the aspects that support learning. You will know if and how much you are currently taking them into account in your work, and you will be able to guide your own development. So you are responsible for your steps to involve and to get better by yourself. And also to support it, also the educational materials will be developed, and they are also ended, and we hope that it will be possible to use them also in this next spring. And they are all linked with this competency tool, competency model, and this educational materials that all support each other.
So I have to say that we were quite excited about learning about your system and this competency model for the facilitators, and also about the learning support for this that you are developing. We don't have this same kind of approach as such in Finland, so this is certainly something that I know we are thinking at the moment that should be worth maybe developing further. And actually I could point out another idea that we also came up, because this European Sustainability Competence Framework is also something that we didn't really look within this project, but this is also a framework that lists competencies that a learner should acquire to be able to, live sustainably or to promote sustainability. So this is very much related to also to the, well, it can be seen as the competencies for the facilitators also, but also for the learners. So to some extent, well, at least I'm wondering, is this maybe something that we should consider and study more in a possible future project? Would this add a fourth layer maybe to our approach, or is it something that could be like incorporated to the layers that we already have here? So this kind of raises many questions, and as we have already learned a lot with this cooperation, so at least I would be very interested in planning some future projects also to continue these cooperations and maybe look to some new layers or approaches too.
So here are the biggest takeaways from third layer, but because we have only 1 minute left, I will just point out one. And I think it's this one: utilize training opportunities to keep informed and updated with the latest practices in your environmental education. I think that's the biggest one, and you will have these materials later, so you can maybe take a closer look. Yes, international cooperation. That's very good and very needed. And also cooperation between organizations, very good. And personal development, and so on. I will give the mic to Kedi, so you can comment. And
thank you very much. Yes, I am looking at the takeaways, and some of the takeaways might come later when we have processed what we actually heard today, because the information, it's quite a lot to take in. And you can also write your ideas and your contacts in the chat box if you would like to continue some discussions, you have more comments. But I will let you know that you will receive from us the comprehensive final report, that we will still add some information, because from this event that we are here today, we might have some more great ideas coming. So we would like to add them to the final report, and that will be in English. It's a quite long report, 40 pages, but you can pick what you need. And we have provided everything that we talked about today in English for you. So there will be templates, there will be guidelines, there will be a description of the programs, some checklists, and also some tips on how to give constructive feedback, for example. Also, you will receive the recording of this webinar, and we will also put in there a little survey to ask about if you have some ideas later on. Because the time is limited, we do not want to take too much time from you, but we still wanted to offer an opportunity now when Pilarin puts on the next slide. This is the end of this webinar, but since you're here, you have your thoughts, maybe some new ideas to collaborate. Since it's not too much people, we will not break into different rooms, but you are welcome to turn on your microphones now, and you can ask questions. We have some room to chat. If you are in a hurry, that's okay. You can contact us later. Pilarin can put on the next slide. You can take a picture of our context here. Yes, thank you very much for taking part and participating, giving your ideas. Hopefully you got some tools taken away from this, some ideas, and please be free to turn on your microphone to say something about for today, or just a comment, or just goodbye.